At Direct Service Overhead, we know how much trust you put in the individuals who have the privilege of working on the components of your home. We understand that a broken garage door is the last thing you want to be worried about, and most of the time, doors break at the most inconvenient times. Our professionally trained technicians service 24 hours a day, and our high-cycle parts are guaranteed to make a noticeable impact on your garage door without putting a damper on your wallet. If you're looking for need of assistance maintaining your current garage door, our team has the experience and expertise to deliver the results you deserve. Give Direct Service Overhead a call today or visit us online to learn more.
All right. It's hump day. Wednesday. We're almost there. Clawing our way to the weekend. Let's do this. 3, 2, 1. Yo! What's going on, Arkansas Razorback fans, SEC fans everywhere? Welcome to the one and only Picture Network YouTube channel. I'm Ty Hudson. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're doing all right. Let me just, there we go. Let's get those settings going. Hope you guys have had a great week so far. I don't know how long this show will go. Remember Friday I said we're going to keep it, what I said, an hour. We went 3 hours. Don't see that happening today. My goal is 30 minutes, maybe a little more, we're never under 30 minutes. Has there ever been a PTN live show that went under 30 minutes? Hell no. Unless it was an announcement, like a player announcement or something. All right. Timber Johnson says, payday, baby. Oh, well, I'm glad you get paid today. That's excellent. I got to wait a little while. I get paid. Let's see. Patreon and let's see. Sponsors, first of the month. YouTube. AdSense revenue is like, when is that? Yeah, AdSense revenue is coming up. That'll be cool. Tanked a little bit. My AdSense revenue is going down the drain because I posted some videos that were copywritten. So that'll hit you a little bit. What's up, Ty? COVID positive for the second time. Will, my man, what are you doing? You walking around people they're not sneezing into their elbow? You know, the dab you're supposed to do? What's going on, man? Basketball team going to have a hot hand tonight, says Tristan Wright. I hope you're right. Shahid Mustafa, what's up, man? Hit the thumbs up. You heard the man. You heard Shahid Mustafa. Hit the thumbs up. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Did you guys catch SEC shorts today? It was pretty good. I left a comment. Every once in a while I'll comment in there, and it was pretty good. It hit you in the feels a little bit. You know, I mean, good for Georgia. First time in, 41 years since they've won a national title. We haven't even talked about that. We were going to do a little live session in Discord, and I was exhausted. I'm not even going to lie. Like, I was too tired to do a Discord live. I thought about it. I like doing those because I smoke my cigars literally on the other side of this wall in the garage. I'm not going to lie. We have a small home. If I were to smoke in here, the whole house would just, I think it's a beautiful smell, but it would reek of cigars. And my kid's room is like right there. So, you know, I keep it in the garage. So I like, let's just shoot the breeze. Let's smoke cigars. Every once in a while we'll drink beers, hang out, talk about whatever. And of course it's usually kind of a reflection on what, you know, recent Razorback events or something I may have missed. And thanks to the transfer portal, it's like you're always missing something because there's 45 prospects that Arkansas has either once recruited or that they may be interested in that I'm going to miss. There's 50. There's probably 50 of these guys in the portal. And it's like I'm doing the best I can. I've got people texting me, DMing me. Our Discord's trying to keep up with it. Thank God. Thank God for those people in Discord that are doing the best. I'm going to have to put someone else in charge to help me out with the transfer portal page because it's just gotten out of hand. So, all right. Thank you so much. Shout out to you guys, to you guys that are here, Patreon supporters, of course, PTN sponsors, direct service overhead, garage door company. Need to repair, replace your garage door? Give these guys a shout out. Give them a call. Well, I'm giving them the shout out. You give them the call. How about that? They operate out of both Northwest Arkansas and Central Arkansas. Their link is provided for you down below in the description box. So every once in a while, I'll post something in Discord like I did today. We're going to have some news. I posted that literally 9 minutes before I was going live. The reason why I'm not going to go, if I'm posting something that soon before a live, I don't have time to answer questions. I'm giving you guys a heads up. I don't know, Turkey Twister. Oh God, I don't know. Sometimes just certain people just find a way to crawl under your skin a little bit. Turkey always seems to be able to do that. But I didn't have time. So what I was doing was giving you guys a heads up. We're going to have news. That's why I'm bringing you guys here to talk about the update on Makai Wingo, defensive lineman out of Mizzou. So we have that. We're going to talk about that. There's all kinds of stuff. If you go and look at our Bobby Hopper portal page, you've got LSU defensive back Dwight McLaughlin, who's a former 4-star on Rivals. He signed with LSU back in 2019. Arkansas went after this kid. In fact, he visited Arkansas. Obviously, that was with a different staff. But you got to feel like Sam Carter, there's no way you don't look at this kid. I haven't gotten the latest on him. I don't know if Arkansas has officially offered him or not. He's out of Houston, Texas. Klein Oak, 6'2", 190 pounds. So we're not talking about a little bitty. We're not talking about one of these 5'9", 5'10" corners. We're talking about a cat that's like Hudson Clark size. Yo, late, but I'm here. Thank you, Callie. Thanks for being here. Do me a favor, guys. Share the content. Like. Holy crap, do I need the likes. Help a guy out. Hit the like button if you guys haven't already and share the content. Those are the two things that matter a lot. Sharing and liking. Oh, man. Short story real quick. I went to Wendy's this morning. My wife Marco Polo'd me. I don't know if you guys ever use that app, but it's an awesome app, depending on how you look at it. But it's a good app. It's like a FaceTime. It's like text messaging, but with FaceTime instead. And my wife was messaging me. We went to Walmart. I went to Walmart this morning. I was looking. We were getting paper towels and some other stuff that we forgot to order with our Walmart drop-off order. So I ran by after I dropped the kids off. My wife's like, make sure you get these meal replacement protein shakes. Now, obviously I need to lose some damn weight. And it's a good idea. These protein shakes, she drinks them. She loves them. I couldn't find the flavor. I wanted strawberry, right? I'm a strawberry milkshake fiend. I love strawberry. Both my kids love strawberry. And maybe I could find these. I forgot what they're called. Are they the Equate brand? I'm not really sure. If she were in live chat, she could tell you. Anyways, I go to Walmart. They don't have what I'm looking for, so I'm starving. I haven't eaten breakfast. I dropped by Wendy's, and I'm like, I'm doing the opposite that my wife wants me to do here. Instead of getting a meal replacement shake, I'm getting fast food. I've never had Wendy's breakfast, so I pull up and I order I get the honey chicken biscuit combo, like the number 4. Oh, it's so good. It was delicious. I pull up to the window and the lady's like, "You look familiar." Okay, I'll be honest. Since I've stopped wearing my mask, I've not been stopped once from a Hog fan or anyone like, "Oh, hey, I know you from your show," or whatever. Her husband watches my show and she's kind of going on while she's giving me my food. And then she says her machine isn't working. She goes, our system is down. I hand her my debit card. It's only like $6. And she goes, oh, our machine's down. Don't you worry about it, honey. And she slides me my card back. And I was like, oh, snap. Did I just get a free meal because her husband watches my show? So I forgot her name. But if you watch this show and your wife works at the Wendy's next to the Pleasant Grove or the Walmart, thank you. Tell your wife I said shout out. That was awesome. But yeah. That was really cool. I've never had that happen. I've never had maybe their system really was down. I don't know. Maybe it was actually really down, and I just need to chill for a second. Like, Ty, come on. You're not that special. Just stop. No one cares, okay? Wendy's breakfast is fire. Kelly, that was good. I'm not gonna lie. I love honey and I love chicken sandwiches. That was excellent. The two combined, incredible. Talk forever, Ty. Smash and like. Thanks, Cody. I appreciate that, man. If they transferred because coaches were harder on them than the last staff, they should look at the records and see how much better we got because of coaching. All right, so Gregory Brooks, Joseph Fouché, we'll start there. These are two cats. We've heard for a while that these two guys were not super stoked about what was going on. So I don't know what's going on. There we go. If you look at the portal, right, the saying is the portal giveth and it taketh. Let's not sit here and pretend like losing both Brown and Fouché isn't it's kind of a hit. Like, let's just be honest. You're talking about two leaders in the portal. I don't know what's going on. None of my sites are loading. Wonderful. But anyways, Gregory Brooks is crystal balled, and he's crystal balled to LSU. Fouché officially announces he's going to LSU. And I think this was this Monday when he made that decision, or Tuesday, whatever, doesn't matter. Brooks is expected to go behind him. Fouché, we know, multi-year guy here, starter. Gregory Brooks, who, he didn't really stand out in this defense a whole lot, but I thought he made some pretty good plays throughout his time here. I thought last year, we remember his was it Mississippi State where he had the pick six? Who was it he had the pick six against? I don't remember, but Gregory Brooks was a pretty efficient player for Arkansas in the secondary. So both him and Fouché are expected to land at LSU. Devin Bush. So you're talking about three guys who were probably expected. We know Brooks and Fouché are starters, and then Devin Bush, a guy who on and off again made the two deep this year. Those three guys are gone. Nick Turner, I don't know what the expectations were really for him, as he was only a second-year freshman? He's got 4 years left. You've lost some pretty big chunks of your secondary. You're going to need to go after some DBs here, right? I think we can all agree with that. It's a little, it's just a little bit problematic when you have two big time starters. One of them is a captain. Well, I'll say one big time starter. Brooks kind of lost his spot a couple of times this year, and I don't remember how much of that was because of injuries. I know he was dealing with some. I think there was a game where he had a pretty significant stinger that kept him out for like an entire fourth quarter or something. But they're both. I'll argue combined, it's a big hit. Now you got Catalon coming back, but in your secondary, when you look at 2022, and again, I think people are overreacting to this schedule. I get it. It's not an easy schedule. None of your non-conference games are for sure 100% gimmies outside of maybe one. But I can remember people saying that this year. I can remember people saying, like, look, Ty, you're wrong. They're going to be lucky to get 4 or 5 wins. And Texas looked to be like a monster. Texas looked to be like a monster with Sarkisian, even though it was year one, but they've got this running back and this quarterback and their defense and their receivers and their 4 and 5-star talent, Ty. We don't match up with them on the field, and look how that turned out. We whooped that ass, son. We whooped that ass. So I think people need to pump the brakes on the strength of schedule. We don't really know how tough it is yet. It's tough. You're in the SEC West. Hi. Hello. I mean, we had a top 2 strength of schedule, top 2, top 3 all year until I think the adjusted strength of schedule, depending on where you read, I actually dropped the Arkansas Razorbacks back a little bit. But regardless, you're in the SEC West, and I stand by what I say every year. That is the toughest gauntlet in college football. So the question is, when you lose this kind of experience, that kind of depth, and look, I think Bush, I don't know what that kid's ceiling is. I have no idea. Wouldn't shock me at all if Bush ends up at UCA or a smaller school in Texas, or if he were to try out one of the P5 schools, maybe he goes, I don't know, Louisiana Lafayette or Monroe or something like that. But it wouldn't shock me either to see him go P5 because I think he does have a pretty sizable ceiling, right? I think it's up there. I think he could do some good. He was a 4-star, a .90 4-star for you decimal people out there. But that's what 247 says now. I don't know if that's like is that like an adjusted rating for the portal, or is that his high school rating? Because they have Greg Brooks as a 4-star here. I don't remember him being a 4-star out of high school. Maybe I'm wrong. Jalen Williams goes to Southern Miss. We knew that. I think we talked about that on Monday. But so far, of all the players from the Razorbacks that are in the portal, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 players in the portal. If you don't think that, yeah, I get it. Some of them are cleanup guys. Some of them are cleanup. Some of that is roster adjustment. I get it. But I'm going to tell you right now, and I know this for a fact, there's several of them who you think are roster cleanup that are not roster cleanup. Now, clearly, Fouché and Brooks are not. There's several other here that are not roster cleanup. So there's something going on. I don't know what the hell's going on. We haven't heard any leaks of anyone like Sam Carter. We've heard that he's an asshole, right? Oh, Sam Carter's just a big asshole. Well, everyone I've talked to says the opposite. Catalan goes on Instagram Live, and he's like, no, if you think that's why those cats are transferring, you're dead ass wrong. The media folks I've been able to talk to say that all the players they talk to say the opposite. This guy is awesome. So I'm not buying the Sam Carter's an asshole talk. I'm not buying that. I saw some ridiculous bullshit on Twitter that drove me insane. I hate it when fans go after players, and I hate it almost as much when they go after coaches alleging things that they have no idea to be true or not. Like, you've got your head so far up your ass you can't see straight. Like you're looking through your mouth because your head's so far up your ass. Know the facts before you start talking. Now, I'm not going to hate on someone for maybe including Chad Morris in a tweet like this dude messed up our program. I'm not going to hate on that. That we know that. That's not for me. I'm not going to do that. But guys that are on the staff right now, and we don't have all the facts. Now, look, if it comes out later that Sam Carter was locking these kids up in the equipment room and shutting the lights off, or the maintenance room and shutting the lights off like something that happened down at Texas Tech under Leach, yeah, criticism warranted. I'm not going to blame anybody. I'm not going to die on the hill of you shouldn't do that. I still probably wouldn't do it. Maybe I would. I don't know. But we don't have all the facts yet. Due process is absolutely a thing when it comes to public opinion, or it should be a thing, I should say. So please chill on the shit-talking players, or even players in the portal, and stop the shit-talking of coaches. I don't want to lose Sam Carter. I actually kind of like Sam Carter. And I think he's a big reason why you've been able to make the short list on some of these players that were somewhat attracted to the University of Arkansas. And, of course, I think he's a big reason why Kendall Catalan's coming – or not Kendall. Catalan, why Catalan's returning this year. He's a big reason why Catalan's coming back. If you don't think so, you need to – well, you can't go back and watch his IG Live, but you should have been there. The guy is clearly the reason why he's staying. So there are a lot of questions about what the hell's going on with the secondary. I am a little bit concerned. There is something that we don't know about. And listen, I'm not saying that there's not a possibility that Carter could be at the root of the problem. I don't know. But if it's because he's treating everybody equally, you're not going to, oh, darn, tear. Like what? Who cares? Like that's the way I would want my coach to treat, or if I had a kid on the team, that's how I'd want my coach or that coach to, treat my kid. So Fouché and Brooks are, I think, significant losses together. You add a couple other guys. It's pretty, disappointing. So what does that mean for anyone else? Drew Sanders. If you don't know who Drew Sanders is, he was a big-time prospect out of high school. Not a DB, but Drew Sanders, who, what is the latest on him? He was Alabama linebacker, okay? 6'5", 235 pounds, 5-star. He enters the portal. I don't know his 40 time. I don't think that's public, but he announced on the 11th he's in the portal. The latest on him is that he went and he followed the entire staff. He followed Sam Carter, Odom. He followed them all. I don't know about Pittman. I don't know. I'm assuming he followed Pittman on Twitter. Now, again, I'll talk about it. I'll discuss it. That I don't know how much that really means, right? We've seen this before where these big-time high school prospects or transfers start following, Michael Schurer or Sam Carter, Odom, all these guys, Ashley, and nothing comes from it. So, like I always say, I swear to God, I'm going to print this T-shirt. Take with a grain of salt when that stuff happens on Twitter or on social media. Now, if he starts, if he changes his banner to like Razorbacks and his avatar to a Razorback, yeah, that's something, that's alarming. Oh, wow, in a good way. Oh, we got a shot here. I don't think that's happened with Drew Sanders, but big-time prospect. You talk about a position of need, especially with the rumors of Andrew Parker going into the portal. Listen, I'm telling you guys, almost all my thumbnails this offseason are going to be either recruiting updates or portal news. That's what offseason college football is now. It's okay. It is what it is. I know we want to talk about other stuff, but portal is consuming everything. That's all. That's one of the highest searches on Google off and on throughout the week so far, or throughout the last couple of weeks, is if you put in like transfer, Google fills it out as portal, or it'll have a team name, then portal or whatever. That's what consumes. That's what everyone wants to know. That's what I'm getting asked about. That's what you guys are talking about in the Discord daily. That's my DMs, the phone conversations I have with my dad every day. My neighbor, all the text messages, all the group text messages I'm in, the comments, it's all about the portal. So guess what? Every thumbnail and probably just about every video was going to have something to do with the portal because that's what we want to know. Me too. I'm curious and I want to talk about it. So Drew Sanders in, right? Then you have probably the biggest news that just happened about, I guess, an hour before I went live. Makai Wingo, this 4-star defensive lineman for Mizzou. So he puts out his top 4. When was this? Yesterday? Oklahoma, USC, LSU, Arkansas. Those are his final 4. Now, what I had said to me this morning, and I'm not sure how accurate it is, but he has plans to visit Oklahoma, USC, and LSU, and I guess Arkansas may have been left out, or it sounds like he may be on a virtual visit. I don't know. But as of right now, I've not heard anything about him visiting Arkansas. But apparently, and again, this was a text that I got it was about 20 minutes before I went live, that he's not visiting Arkansas, or Arkansas wasn't named. Now, I went to his Twitter. I don't see that. So I don't know how true that is. I would take it as just smoke right now because literally, yeah, there it is, 21 hours ago. Thank you to every school that I have talked to, but I would like to focus on these 4 schools. And actually, he tags Arkansas football first, USC, LSU football, and Oklahoma. Makai Wingo would be a huge addition to any one of these 4 schools, and Arkansas would be really, well, they'd be lucky to get to land a player of that well, what's the word I want to look for? Like possibly impactful onto your roster, I guess. Is that a saying? Timber Johnson with the $20 super chat. Hey man, I appreciate that. For always doing a damn good job. Thank you, Timber. I appreciate that, man. Yes, Wingo with the virtual at Arkansas. Okay, so that has been verified then. LSU had their last starting defensive back transfer yesterday, and 4-star Dwight McLaughlin. Yeah, we talked about that. So Fouché is now their only DB with experience. They are wiped out in their secondary. I saw some tweet under Fouché commitment to LSU and say, well, at least we all know we can throw the deep ball against LSU. I don't know. Who are you going to throw the deep ball to? Hazelwood hopefully is that guy, right? Still glad Bumper pulls back. Tristan, you're not wrong. Most of the players leaving were from Chad Moore's era. Yeah, but we can't. Let's not sit here and act like Fouché didn't have some really good games this year. Let's not act like Brooks didn't have an impact in coverage. Didn't always play great, but was impactful at times. Fouché had a really good bowl game, really good performance against Penn State. So let's not sit here and act like we're not losing anything. Found it rather telling that Wingo does a Zoom visit, but we'll do it. Yeah, so exactly. So I guess this has been confirmed because more you were saying it. OU, USC, and LSU. He's not doing an in-person visit here. I would argue either he's already made up. You can look at it two different ways. Glass half full, glass half empty. Either he already knows what – he's got his decision made up. He wants to go to Arkansas, but he wants to give these other schools a shot. Or he really doesn't give a damn. But listen, he put you in your top 4 literally just yesterday. And for him, the 21 hours later to be like, yeah, I have no interest in Arkansas at all. Why would they make his top 4? We know he had a number of schools. I'm not saying he goes to Arkansas. I'm not saying that. I just find that interesting, something to kind of poke at. Let's see. The root of the problem with Brooks was he knew he was going to lose his starting job with the talent. I don't agree with. I don't know about that, Tristan. I don't know that someone right now. I don't know that anyone was really going to take his spot for sure. Share time, possibly. Miles Rouser only rumored right now to come. We don't know for a fact that he's going. He may sign with Arkansas, but we don't know for a fact that he's going to be available for Arkansas just yet. I'm not saying it's not happening. I'm saying take the Rouser stuff right now. Again, I think there's more than a grain of salt with him. I think it's maybe a few grains of salt, right? I think there's something there that he could possibly sign with the Hogs, but for whatever reason, he didn't sign during the ESP back in mid-December. And now you got a family member that's in the portal for Michigan. So I don't know what's going on with him. And I'll be honest, I'm not getting very many answers right now, which tells me no one is really 100% for certain. I'll tell you the people, my 4 horsemen, as I call them, when they all 4 align together, that's when I know there's something to it. And right now, they're all in a different – they don't know. No one knows. So I don't know what's going on. Ray Curry and Darren Turner to Alabama A&M. Okay. I'll be honest, it's been a crazy-ass week. I've done my best with the portal stuff this week. Smash the like button. Thank you so much. Yeah, this will be the new norm, starting to see less and less players who just want to play for Arkansas. Guys like that are hard to find. Makes you wonder how bad the Chad Morris year set us back. I mean, Burgoon, I think you could look at it that way. You could also look at it like you managed to bring in someone like Felipe Franks, who had an impact on KJ Jefferson. You managed to bring in Williams at D end, Ridgeway. You're bringing in Hazelwood and Jackson, right? You have to look at it like the portal giveth and it taketh. And right now it's taken a lot, but I'm going to tell you, it sounds like they're busting their ass on this portal. That's all I could really say at the moment. But it sounds to me like they have a possibility of still getting at least one possible, not a jaw-dropping Hazelwood type of addition, but a really solid addition here. It sounds to me like they're busting their ass on the portal, and that's good. Thank you again, Timber Johnson, for the Super Chat. If anybody else, hey, look, Super Chat is up and running. If you don't want to do Super Chat, maybe you want to, a little less money and you kind of want to donate in a different way, Patreon is available. The link is provided. I had someone tell me that my Twitter link in my bio is wrong. It is wrong. It's an outdated Twitter. So the link here on the you see it there, Patreon, share, sub, like, and then the Twitter. That's right. But if you go down the description box, I think it's my Tyzilla 83. It's wrong. So Thanks for pointing that out. LSU, let's see, we already read that. Kelly Marie says, did Wingo visit when he was recruited in high school? Maybe that's why he didn't. You know what? That's a really good question. Why don't we go look? Let's go look. Did he visit? Now, you got to remember, too, 247 is not always accurate with the visits. They're not. Sometimes they'll say a player visited when he didn't. I have seen that before, so we still got to take it. I don't want to say with a grain of salt because normally they are right. Normally they're pretty damn accurate. So let's see what 247 says in his recruiting profile. I do remember Arkansas offering him, and I do remember him being on our radar and being of heavy interest. So he picked up his offer from Arkansas January 7th in 2020. I don't know why it's in there twice. For whatever reason, they have it twice. But he committed January 19th to Mizzou, and he signed and he enrolled in July 1st for Mizzou back in 2021. Did he ever visit? I'm not seeing a visit. He had some really good offers: West Virginia, Iowa State, Memphis, Louisville, Purdue. And now, since playing a little bit at Mizzou, his recruiting has blown up. Since he's been in the portal, his recruiting has blown up. Kat hinted that it was a business decision, so I'm leaning that our guys are getting plucked for NIL deals. Listen, Eagle, I hear you, and I just can't speak on it. I don't want to add fuel to the flame there. I don't want to make it assume as though these guys are only leaving for NIL deals, right? I'm aware of that. Believe me, I'm aware. I've seen it. I've heard it. I've talked with people about it. I can't confirm that it was NIL deals. We heard the same stuff with Mike Woods. Maybe it was an NIL deal. I'll tell you, those are all just rumors. I feel like that might have been the case. It's absolutely a possibility, but I don't know that. I'm not going to come out and say we know that for a fact. I think it's, it is home for those two. Maybe they just want to go back home and look, they get an opportunity with a depleted LSU defensive backfield, and they get an opportunity to play in front of the home crowd. I wish them the best. Any kid that goes into the portal, that was a Razorback, any kid that goes into the Bobby Hopper transfer portal, listen, I wish you the best. When you play Arkansas, I hope they roll your ass over. I hope KJ Jefferson just gives you a Razorback howdy do when you try to bring the big man down. A Dominic Johnson pancake. And yeah, running back can absolutely pancake a defender. That's what I hope happens. Not because you transferred out, just simply because I want the Razorbacks to beat some ass. That's all. Look, man, I'm still just as competitive as I was when I was 18. PTN, Sunshine, and Papa John's deliver a perfect Wednesday. Well, I'm glad I could. Dude, Papa John's is awesome. I know you're supposed to support, and I'm all about supporting local businesses. There's some great local up here in Northwest Arkansas, some great places to get pizza that aren't a part of some corporate, tree or whatever. But Papa John's is fantastic pizza. Oh my gosh, they're Hawaiian, they're Canadian bacon and pineapple. Oh, dude, it's so good. John Stephen Jones won't transfer. Are you talking about John Stephen Jones or someone else? Won't transfer because he's moving on. He's not transferring. He already graduated. So that is who you're talking about. Yeah, Tristan, he's already gone. He's not coming back. This could change now how high school recruits are looked at. Why not take a transfer with college experience in a couple more years? Yeah, Tony, I don't want to say he quit. He just did his time, right? He did plenty, but he's not returning. He was going to, but what happened in the portal? I don't know anything about it. I don't know what you're talking about, Tristan. I'm sorry, man. I'm not sure. Mike and them says business decision, quote unquote, can also mean more playing time too. It really could. That is exactly what it. Because to them, even before NIL deals were a thing, you heard players talk about business decisions. A certain player with the last name Monk comes to mind. And that was before the NIL deals were around. Any kid that dedicates all their true eligibility to this team and gave it their all should not be downed by any. Exactly. No, I agree with that. No one should. No, I You will not catch me. You will not catch me ever tweeting at a player and telling them to go kick rocks. Unless they do something really shitty and it's really public and it's all known to be true, I might mention them and be like, bro, come on. Of course, Wingo didn't visit. That was COVID. Oh, it was. Yeah, that's right. Was that 2020? Why do I feel like it feels like I constantly forget 2020? I don't know why I do that. With Malik in the portal, Renfro towards ACL. Supposedly, John Steve Jones has pondered a rumor that he will stay in the quarterback. Listen, I mean, maybe. I don't know. I don't know where you're getting that information. I've not asked about it, so I don't know. I don't have any idea. I'll say this. No one's come to me with that. I've not heard that. That would be kind of breaking news if he did decide to come back. They absolutely need him back. I could see the staff talking with him and being like, dude, we need a scout quarterback. The other possibility is moving Landon Rogers from tight end back to quarterback. And that's been kind of hinted to me like that could be a real possibility. That kid looks huge. I don't know if you guys saw his I think it was his mom posted some pictures. That dude looks like a grown-ass man. Yeah, some fans on Twitter need to chill. Yeah, look, you want to go home? I get it. But don't get me wrong. I'm gonna root for the Razorbacks and wish you the best. Thank you for playing here. Thanks for dedicating some time here. We appreciate that. But, yeah, I mean, you play for LSU now. You're now a Tiger. That's all I got to say. Some of it's playing time, some of it is playing time, not like the coaches and being homesick. Will Bowler says, do you think next season will be more successful than this season? ? Tough to say with all these transfers. I think it's too early for me to say. I will say I'm not panicking because of the SOS. I'm not panicking because of the strength of schedule. You look at Cincinnati, they're going to be depleted. What kind of coaching changes, if any, does Cincinnati have? I'm sure they'll have some if they haven't already. I think Alabama is going to be on a tear in 2022. The games at home, and that was something I was actually going to segue to, the games at home, you have 7 in Fayetteville, Alabama being one of them. You played Alabama. You went toe-to-toe with Alabama. What does that look like in Fayetteville next year? But then, like someone just said, you have all these transfers. It is really hard to tell. That's the other thing about the portal and about the NIL stuff. It's making it even more difficult to project. That's why you should definitely take those 2 early polls with a giant grain of salt, okay? Yeah. Go back to my Wednesday page here. Where'd you go? Where'd you go, Wednesday page? So you have 7 games in Fayetteville, okay? Alabama, Cincinnati, LSU, Ole Miss, South Carolina, Missouri State, or Southern, whatever, the Bears, Bobby Petrino. Boy, that's going to be that. I've been holding off on that, but I have so many questions about that game. Obviously, it's homecoming for Petrino, right? And then, of course, you have Liberty. 7 games that are all going to be very interesting to watch. South Carolina ended on a pretty good note in 2021. Ole Miss, what are they going to look like this year? LSU, first-year head coach. Cincinnati, who just played in the playoffs. Think about that. You play 2 teams, and you did this year too. You play 2 teams, well, okay, in a different way. This year, you play 2 teams that did play in the playoffs, one of which won the title. Both of them played in the championship game. Next year, you're going to play 2 playoff teams, one of them that played in the title game, and 2 of them actually played against each other, Alabama and Cincinnati. Your away schedule, and I still hate this, Baylor. I hate that. I hate playing non-P5s on the road. Now, I know they're going to be a P5, but when you made the schedule, they were not a P5. Why did you schedule them on the road? Oh, Baylor's been ranked, blah, blah, blah. They've got great fan support, blah, blah. I don't give a shit. They were non-P5. You'll play those kind of schools on the road. You're an SEC West program. They come to your house. What are we going to play at, I don't know. Are we going to play at University of Alabama, Birmingham? Okay, they were terrible, and they don't have the fan support BYU. I get it. BYU, they probably should have been a P5 school a while back. I get that. They have some history. I just hate scheduling non-P5s on the road. Like, those are the kind of teams that come here. When you're non-P5, you come here. Like, would we ever – okay, here's a school that's been actually consistently pretty damn good, and they're not P5, Boise State. And I think Oklahoma State played at Boise State. Okay, that's a Big 12 school. When was that? Like 2 years ago? That's a Big 12 school, right? That's expected. Do you see anyone out of the SEC West? Has anyone out of the SEC West gone on the road to play a non-P5 school that wasn't maybe Notre Dame or I'm trying to think of some more. It just irks me, man. It just gets on my nerves. But now they're going to be, right? They're added into the Big 12 next year. So now it's like, okay, but they are now a P5 school. Ty. Okay, shut up. You're going to play A&M, which technically is a neutral site game, at Mississippi State, at Auburn, at Mizzou. When you look at that, like, really look at that. Mizzou, who's coming off a really good recruiting year, I don't know what the hell's going on at Auburn. I don't know if they're peeling away the fat, and they're really getting better. They weren't that good. I don't think they were as good as Arkansas this year. I get that they beat them, and if you look at the score, it looks like they handled Arkansas pretty well. We all know, for anybody that actually watched the damn game, that wasn't the case. Mississippi State, what's going on with Leach and Mississippi State? Does the air raid – are people who said that offense will never work here, are they right? And then what's going on with A&M, with their transfers and the guys coming out, but then they have this huge – yet another great recruiting class only this year because they bought and paid for it. Technically, legally. I don't know how much truth there is to it, but I guess their fans formed an LLC. They formed an LLC, put a bunch of money in a big pot and paid these players. What is this? Where are the freaking rules, man? I hope that isn't true, but that was something that was texted to me, that what happened was that they formed this LLC and they went and bought this recruiting class. Like, what are we doing? How is that shit legal? And if they're doing it, then why the hell aren't we doing it? I mean, if those are the rules, and clearly A&M, we've always said they are rich. It's a rich-ass program with rich alumni, rich boosters. They bring in a lot of television, a lot of eyeballs. People watch their games. They have a huge fan base. They're in Texas. There's still oil money there. There's still people who benefited from that, right? We've got some well-known alumni. Arkansas does too. We've got money. But A&M's got they've got some big-time money there. And the NCAA is like, yeah, all right, cool. I guess it is what it is. I don't know. It just kind of sucks to see that. BYU is Indy. They are this year right now, but they won't be. I like different teams, not someone's over every crazy. I don't know what you're saying. BYU is coming to Fayetteville in 2020. I get it. It was a home and home. I get that, Patrick. I understand that. Why are you doing that with a non-P5? Again, that's just beneath you. You're an SEC West program. Act like it. Now they're not. But when you were scheduling them, you got to realize they schedule these things out years in advance. A 10-2 Cincy team will be 6-6 or 7-5 in the SEC. This year, I don't know. This year, with how much, the super seniors, the amount of experience, very well coached. I don't know, man. Now, if you're saying they go 10-2 next year, you know more about them than I do. But this year, no, I think they probably could have won. I think they could have won 10, maybe 10 or 9 or 10 games here. I really do. I know the grind, like you'll always hear me advocate, the grind here is unreal. BYU will be in the Big 12. Yeah, clearly. Tony, you didn't hear me. I know that. I'm saying when they were scheduled, my man. Depends on what division Cincy was in. Well, it doesn't matter. They're non-P5 when you schedule them. What if kids transfer portal? What if kids entered transfer portal and couldn't receive NIL benefits for a calendar year, potentially deter so much portal activity? I think that's a pretty good argument, really. Yeah, that's what Mark was saying. Oh, okay. How dare you, Tony? Get it right. All right. I'm sure I missed something today. It's just like portal stuff takes up a lot. It just does. We talked about the defensive. We talked about Wingo. Odds Shark. I don't know if you guys caught this. Odds Shark. The 2022-2023 College Football National Championship odds. Alabama at plus 350, Georgia at plus 400, Ohio State plus 400, Clemson plus 750, Michigan plus 750, A&M plus 950. I think Jimbo is an over. Look, he might win 10 or 11 games next year. I don't know, but I just think Bama. I think those odds should be. I don't know how I feel about the plus 350 on Bama right now. Oklahoma at plus 2,000, Wisconsin plus 2,000, Utah plus 2,500, Baylor plus 2,800, Notre Dame plus 2,800. Who's next? Arkansas plus 3,300. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I guess that's 12th in the country unless they just skipped over some teams. But it looks like they have Arkansas somewhere floating around the top 12. And, the odds favorite to win the national championship. I'm just saying it's just nice to be mentioned. I mean, that's the truth. No, I don't think Arkansas wins the national title next year. But, I mean, I'll take that. All right, really quick. See what I said? We'd go 30. We're coming up on 50 minutes. A real quick Mizzou breakdown tonight, 8 p.m., I really don't know if I'm doing a post game. That's a late game. It means I'll be here. I'll probably just set a rule where if it's an 8 p.m. tip off, I'm probably not doing a post game. That's just too late. I gotta get up in the morning with the kiddos and everything. We'll see. There's still a possibility. Make sure you hit the notification bell. Tonight, keep an eye on Kobe Brown, who was named the SEC Player of the Week because of his performance against Bama, where he had a double-double. He had 30 points, 13 rebounds against Bama. Against Alabama, 4 of their starting 5 starters ended up in double digits. Mizzou only averages about 5 threes per game. They made that many. They only average about making 5 threes a game, and they only average about 20 shots a game outside. Mizzou is dead last in the league in total scoring. I don't know what the hell happened against Bama. I've been saying I don't think this is the same Bama from a year ago. I don't know where I would put them. They may not be ranked next week. We'll see where they land. I think they fell back already. But, of course, losing to Missouri, pretty big loss and a pretty big win for Bama or for Mizzou. Tonight, listen, this is not a team that, again, they're not a great scoring, productive type of team. Like you look at their what they do, they average about 21 shots outside. They make about 5 of them, and they're only averaging about 68 points a game. I mean, hell, Arkansas is averaging 80, and they've done that against some pretty decent defensive teams this year. So, and potential tournament teams, I think they've done a pretty good job there. You look at like rebounding. They're middle of the pack. They're behind Arkansas by a couple of spots. They're 9th. Let's see. Free throw shooting. They're okay there. They're 6th. Arkansas's 3rd, thanks to likes and And Connor Vanover, what is he? Has he missed, one or two at the free throw line? But he doesn't play enough to get to the line a whole lot. But I don't know that I like this matchup for Arkansas. I think last I saw they were favored by ESPN Basketball Power Index. Is that true? I feel like we need to look that up real quick. Let's see. Let's see what the BPI says against Mizzou. I think they were favored. Yeah. They have the Basketball Power Index likes Arkansas 89. Now, I kind of already felt before even seeing that I liked Arkansas in this matchup. I still think it's going to be a close game. Arkansas is favored at 14. I'll say the Hogs by single digits. I'll say the Hogs by 7 or 9, somewhere in there. Mizzou doesn't score a lot. They played their asses off against Bama. I don't know. I feel like tonight it's a must-win game. It is absolutely a must-win game. There's no doubt in my mind. This is really like next you've got LSU on the road, then you've got South Carolina and A&M at home, but then you're back on the road against Ole Miss. Then you play West Virginia on the 29th in the SEC Big 12 matchup, and then you're back on the road against Georgia. This feels like you could end this 3-game losing streak. By the way, you've lost 5 of your last 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have lost 5 of your last 6 with your last win being against Elon, 81-55. It starts now. Remember what I said, January, you've got to have a good January in order to have a little bit less pressure on you in February. It's not like you can go take a giant shit in February and expect to make the tournament. But now you've taken a dump this early into January. Now I think every game feels like a must-win scenario. I like Arkansas tonight. Get it turned around. I don't know what he works with tonight. I have no idea what the starting 5 is going to look like. Against A&M, they went with Jalen, Jackson Robb, Odis Tony, Amude, and Note. Do we see do we see a little bit more Kamani Johnson? That guy, listen, he had 19 minutes. That's the most minutes I think he's had all year, or at least against a decent program. Do we see a little bit more Wade? How much KK, if any at all? What about Devo? What's his role? He ended up with 37 minutes against A&M. This is a big one. And, again, I'm not sure if I'm going to do a post-game tonight, but if I do, you'll know because you'll have the notification bell. Hopefully you'll have that turned on, right? Man, a W would be huge for this team. They absolutely need this tonight. This is it. I feel like if you lose this game, the individual who made the comment or the question, does Arkansas win a single SEC game? They might be on to something if you don't win tonight. Mizzou is really not that good of a team, okay? Mizzou on the year, 7-7. They're 500. They're 1-1 in conference play. We're still early, but they're 2 games behind in the SEC. Auburn is leading the way at 15-1 with a perfect conference record at 4-0. A&M, you guys, 3-0 in conference play, 14-2. LSU 14-1, Kentucky 13-3. Bama with kind of I'm sure their fans didn't expect this, but they're 11-5 with the Razorbacks dead last in the SEC, 0-3, 3.5 games behind. And again, the only team to right now be ranked or to be they're definitely not ranked, to be 0-3 with an overall record of 10-5. Tonight is huge. You have to win. I don't care if you do it in dramatic fashion. Mizzou, maybe they've got it put together and, they're good to go. Like now they're going to play some better ball. They play Arkansas really well in Bud Walton. I think it's going to be a close game. It's going to be a fight. So, yeah. All right. I will I'll be live tonight. Maybe if Arkansas gets maybe if they win real pretty, if it's a real sexy win tonight, maybe I'll go live. I'll say this, if they lose tonight, maybe I'll go live still. I don't know. Just make sure you're subbed. Make sure you got the notification bell clicked. And, of course, I win an hour. Maybe I'll see you tonight. If not, I'll see you on Friday. We'll probably talk more portal. I mean, every day something's changing, right? So, yeah. And we're getting closer and closer to spring ball. We'll start to get that all figured out, too, as we move on through the year. On the 17th, I'm not planning on doing a show. My kids are going to be home from school, so I will not have a show next Monday. but I'll be back on the 19th. So, yeah, if I don't go live tonight, you guys will see me on Friday. If not, and you'll for sure see me on Friday. And then who did I say your next game is? Who's the next matchup here? What did I just say? At LSU on the 15th. I will probably be live for that one. That's a 1 p.m. tip-off on Saturday. So, all right, one way or another, I'll see you at least a couple more times before the 17th. So, woo pig, go Hogs. And, yeah, maybe I'll see you tonight. Woo pig.